That's it. Now, stop the bleeding. Focus. Good. You succeeded. Mastering your breathing. It will open many doors for you. Now, it won't solve everything, but it will help. You will continue to grow stronger. Thank you.
All earth signs are connected to Saturn, whether they're ruled by a different planet or not. Saturn energy is, in essence, Earth energy, and to some extent, almost one and the same. You know, I done explained the situations of, like, say for instance, whether it's, I Ching, with the I Ching, and more so with Wu Xing and the 5 movements, and what some may call Chinese medicine, or are also like the Tao or the Tao or Taoist or Taoist, and the whole connection with the Saturn energy being in the center. The Saturn is connected with the spleen, but is also connected with Earth and connected with the center. So, with that being said, just off of the strength of Earth signs being Earth signs, they're connected to the Saturn energy. And if you were like, oh, I don't see how that connect, well, you could also see how it connects from the sense of, Saturn promotes slow movement. Saturn is not about moving fast. It's about moving slower. It's about, in essence, like restricting, you know what I'm saying? And then almost like, in essence, restricting motion or restricting movement. But it's like not expansive. It's more so of a, like contracting, type of energy. And with slow movement, though, the earth is sturdy because of its slow movement. The whole reason why, the earth not moving like an ocean or like water is because it's sturdy or steady. It's like a solid foundation. It's structured. Matter of fact, again, Saturn deals with structure. You know what I'm saying? Crystals have structure. Crystals from the earth. And the only reason why you're able to build structures, which is another name for like houses and buildings and stuff, is due to, the stability, or in essence, the slow moving, a slow movement of Earth, you know what I'm saying? Because Earth doesn't move quickly. It takes a while for the Earth to erode or quote unquote move, you feel me? Like, other than, I guess, in the situation with earthquakes, where that's kind of like a sudden movement, in essence. And you see, well, again, as an earthquake, you see what, like, when the earth moves quickly, how chaotic and how that could feel, you know what I'm saying? But the earth is that, again, that structure, that slow moving energy. And we talk about, so we know Saturn is connected to Capricorn, one of the earth signs, but the other two, Virgo ruled by Mercury and Taurus ruled by Venus, which in essence, as far as, astronomically, meaning like with the, or should I say like with the astronomy of it, where like when you actually look in the sky and you follow the movements, like, Mercury and Venus moves pretty quickly, compared to, Saturn. But ultimately, one of the things that Taurus is known for is being stubborn, not wanting to change, and that's the same as, again, like this concrete I'm walking on. It ain't changing. It's gonna, this ground I'm walking on gonna stay in the same spot. It ain't moving. You feel me? Or again, it ain't just moving quickly. You know what I'm saying? It's not like in the snap of a finger it's gonna start moving like the ocean. You feel me? It's like it's stable. It's structured. Slow moving. Quote unquote stubborn. And with Virgo, it's the sense of, when you think of like organizing things and analyzing something, you gotta, and just before even saying it, like, of course there are people who can, analyze things quickly, or, organize things quickly. But for the most part, if you ever done any type of organization, analyzing or quote unquote studying, it takes you gotta take your time with that to really peep out the details, to be analytical, gotta take a little second and quote unquote peep game. But that take a little, it's like, all right, let me slow it down for a second. And then also, if you think of it being connected to a woman, and also the nurturing aspect, the earth is also nurturing. And what I just thought of is a code within itself. Like, it reminds me of bringing up like how Earth is like basically if Venus and Saturn had a baby, and quite literally, like, one of the Earth signs ruled by Venus, one of the Earth signs ruled by Saturn. Now again, in Virgo case, it's ruled by Mercury. But the nurturing aspect of Virgo, it's like what the Earth do. The Earth is nurturing. It allows for all these seeds to be planted, which provides trees, which provides fruits or vegetables that, nutrition or nurturing you. Because also Virgo, or the 6th house, also deals with like, the health of the body, and nurture from that perspective. But again, the earth is basically the Saturn energy, and even if you want to get into the simple aspects of the whole 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons thing with carbon, and how most life forms, have carbon in it on Earth, and the whole 666 connection to Saturn, or quote unquote Satan, talk about the cube, the black cube. A cube has 6 sides, and a cube is one of the, as a matter of fact, that are connected too with Virgo. Like, a cube is, a shape that promotes structure. No coincidence that, pyrite and fluorite basically promotes Virgo abilities, the ability to analyze, and memorize, but basically to study and analyze things. Pyrite known for memory, known for like staying focused, because in essence, in order to, analyze things on that level, it takes some level of focus. So, that cubic structure, promotes the Virgo qualities of, being analytical. But, that's just, again, just tying it all together. Now it's the vibrate, y'all know what it is.